First-person shooters have always been popular, and it's exciting to see so many releases in a single year. With so many FPS games scheduled for release in 2024, we're sure to have many hours of fun ahead of us. That's why in today's video, I bring you 10 FPS releases that you should play in 2024. Starting with Amber Alert, a survival horror game developed by Meatbread. In it, you take on the role of a police officer who receives a late-night call about a missing person. Upon arriving at the indicated location, you find yourself in a seemingly deserted neighborhood, but soon discover the presence of a sinister cult of female kidnappers. Your mission is to rescue a captive girl while navigating dangerous streets, avoiding cult members, and fighting for survival. The game offers an immersive horror experience, with intense gameplay, an engaging storyline, and high replayability thanks to multiple paths and random elements. The gameplay mechanics of Amber Alert combine exploration, survival, and puzzle solving. You must explore the neighborhood, collect items, interact with objects and characters, and solve puzzles to progress through the story. Call of Duty: Black Ops 6 promises to be one of the biggest releases of the year, bringing an ambitious campaign, significant gameplay updates, the return of zombies mode, and much more. Set in the early 1990s, the game brings back Frank Woods, now in a wheelchair, as a mentor to the new character Troy Marshall and his team. Russell Adler also returns to the series. The campaign promises more open-ended missions with different ways to achieve objectives, some without the need for combat. For example, it will be possible to resolve scenarios through dialogue. The game also introduces a new campaign hub, the Safe House, where players return between missions. Activision is still keeping information about the traditional multiplayer under wraps for a future reveal, but promises 16 new maps at launch, all with the classic style. Delta Force Hawk Ops is a free-to-play multiplayer tactical first-person shooter featuring various game modes and a selection of unique special operators, as well as a story campaign. The game is not here to mess around. Right off the bat, the game already offers 3 main modes to get anyone's fingers itching to play: campaign, multiplayer, and an extraction shooter mode, very reminiscent of Tarkov and Battlefield's Hazard Zone. So, if you like a good story, intense battles, or want to test your survival skills, this game has it all for you. Fans of older shooters will love to know that Delta Force Hawk Ops features a remake of the Delta Force Black Hawk Down campaign, inspired by the iconic film of the same name. That's right, you'll be able to relive all the excitement and adrenaline of one of the most memorable campaigns in the gaming world. In August, a new hero shooter will be released. Concord is a space adventure full of humor, bullets, strange worlds, and free gunners ready to take action. Concord is a 5v5 character-based FPS. The game is set in a science fiction universe created by Firewalk Studios. Here, the player takes on the role of a member of North Star, a crew of adventurous mercenaries. It is these members, the so-called free gunners, who are at your disposal in battles. There is a whole story to contextualize the universe of Concord. The maps, for example, are not created at random. They are all part of a galaxy, have a history and characteristics that can be studied and explored by players. This lore is available in a kind of galaxy guide, a space where you can travel with a spaceship to collect more information.
We're the free gunner crew of the North Star. And together, we're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
In EvilVEvil, players take on the role of an ancient and powerful vampire awakened from his long slumber, members of the Order of the Dragon, divinely ordained protectors against Zagreus, an all-powerful evil determined to consume the essence of humanity to become the most powerful being in the universe. To combat evil, players must give in to their vampiric urges and cause bloody Armageddon throughout EvilVEvil's rich story campaign, which features 11 episodic missions for 1 to 3 players. The game will be released this winter with 3 playable characters, Mashaka, Leon, and Victoria, each with unique abilities to devastate their enemies. It's time to join the fight against the darkness and unravel the secrets of this action-packed vampire world. FragPunk is another online hero shooter featuring deathmatch matches that apparently relies on a card system to change the scenario. No FragPunk round is the same, thanks to over 70 fragment cards to play with. These unique cards can amplify jump height, reverse the roles of attackers and defenders, wrap bullets in flames or turn them into chain lightning, and even resurrect players. And since the card selection changes each round, this creates new and unique combinations, with infinite gameplay possibilities. FragPunk features complex and varied map designs mixed with visual effects including collages, graffiti, and a mix of realistic and stylized textures. Players can enjoy bold colors, sharp shapes, and dynamic lines that provide an incredible visual experience as the bullets fly. Invention 5 is an FPS with scroll shooter elements. The story takes place a few years after the events of the previous game. The mercenary Dorian's stealth was betrayed by a young hacker named Casey and turned into a cyborg. His mind was dormant, but something made him wake up and fight for his life. In the game, you complete levels, kill zombies, and face bosses to defeat the main villain, Casey. Dorian has access to various weapons, such as a cybernetic blade, shotgun, grenade launcher, and Kalashnikov rifle. If you like more frantic Doom-style FPS, this game is worth checking out. Level 0 Extraction is a first-person multiplayer extraction horror game, formerly known as Level 0, arrives with the promise of revolutionizing the genre with an innovative formula that combines elements of sci-fi survival horror with the thrill of high-risk extraction shooters. Developed in Unreal Engine 5, the game presents itself as a new and original approach to multiplayer survival horror. Players will venture into dangerous looting expeditions, where 3 teams of up to 3 mercenaries compete for valuable loot. At the same time, 2 other players will take on the role of deadly alien monsters, hunting humans in the shadows. The main gameplay pillars include asymmetric multiplayer extraction horror, offering a totally unique experience. Players can choose between being human mercenaries fighting for valuable loot or deadly alien monsters in high-tension PvPvE battles. Wild Bastards is an FPS that combines action and real-time strategy, promising a great variety of gameplay. From the creators of Void Bastards and Card Hunter, the title tells of the recruitment of 13 bandits around the galaxy. As you seek to rebuild the deadly gang, an even greater threat emerges in space and will do everything to put an end to the mercenaries. The game relies on the creativity of the players to eliminate hordes of enemies. Each of the bandits has their own weapons and advantages, ensuring a dynamic experience whenever they are triggered. Wild Bastards will also feature an equipment upgrade system, procedurally generated worlds, atmospheric anomalies, and a challenge mode with modifiers and gradual difficulty.
Lighten that fuse. Course in session. Lights.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chernobyl is an FPS, action, and first-person horror game set in Chernobyl, developed by the Ukrainian studio GSC Game World. The game features violent mutants, deadly anomalies, and warring factions that have turned the area into a difficult place to survive. In addition, there are valuable artifacts that attract the stalkers, brave individuals who cross the zone in search of resources, wealth, and secrets. In Heart of Chernobyl, players take on the role of a stalker and seek valuable artifacts in radioactive areas. It is necessary to make choices about which factions will be your allies or enemies, which can change the destiny of your journey in humanity. On the other hand, anomalies can appear individually or in groups according to location, which causes unpredictable changes in their behavior.
Я ж показав тобі, якою я її бачу. Іди своїм шляхом, і тоді ти зможеш побачити зону по-своєму.
As a bonus, I bring Reverend FPS inspired by classics of the genre, such as Blood, Duke Nukem 3D, and Rise of the Triad. In the story, you take on the role of a disillusioned ex-reverend, tasked with fighting the evil that lurks under the church that he once called home.
In the game, it will be possible to explore insane locations, from crematoriums to meat wells.
Use powerful and distinct weapons, including a forbidden fruit that explodes on contact with the horrors around you. For those who like classic 90s games, it's worth giving Reverend a chance. Well, that was the list. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.